Winter has finally arrived and me and my wife have decided to go out for a walk into the forest. It's been snowing during the night. There's not that much snow, but it's enough to certainly change the landscape, and it's these kind of times that I really love just to get out and see what we can find. And we were just given a tip to go to a lake, and we decided we're going to go check it out, and hopefully this is going to be quite an interesting place. One thing I just love about this time of the year, I never used to like winter in general, but I've really grown to Folly nice. Really grown to love winter lately. It just changes everything. Atmosphere just becomes so different. Trees become really white, and especially at this time of the year when there's not that much sunlight anymore, it's really great to have the snow around just because the light kind of extends a little bit. So we've finally come to the location we wanted to, and there's this absolutely great light at the moment. The sun is still high enough, but it's getting this really nice orange glow, and we have the lake just over here in the distance, and there's a bit of fog on part of the lake, and I think this could just create a really interesting image. It's always nice to actually come to a place that's new and different, because it just gives you that new fresh feeling as well as things being different at the moment. The only thing now is we're not sure where the water starts or ends, so we just have to be a little bit careful about where we're walking. So I have to be very careful. I actually see there's a few spots that are still too thin, so I can't exactly walk on this lake. That's going to be a little bit too risky and probably dangerous. But there's this nice mist just going across the edges of the other side. You got a lot of these dark trees like scattered everywhere, but there's just one bit in the center here. There was these thin trees that are just coated in white, and I think that's going to be my first shot, so I'm going to focus on that. Changing to the 100-400 millimeter is definitely going to work for this, because the 16mm is going to be way too wide. The 16mm will work for something, but I think I want to be at a different end, or at least get a different kind of shot for that. Because of the snow and everything, the fog, I do want to shoot this quite low, just so I get that little bit of feeling of depth going through, and just to soften up the snow a little bit more, because if I shoot it from high up, I'll just basically get the fog in and the trees, and it won't add that much detail into the image. And with it being so white outside at the moment, it's quite helpful, because it means I can shoot at my lowest ISO at 160, which won't add too much noise in, and that's a really great thing. But I'm going to shoot this at around 250th of a second and f4.5. I actually think I'm gonna have to go a little bit higher on my aperture on this, which means yes, there'll be a little bit more detail, but I need to get those darks and I need to drop those highlights a little bit. Now at f6.4, and that seems to just do the trick. So now we're just going to take a little walk to the opposite side of this lake, because right now the sun is starting to set and it's just going to look really stunning. So especially with the fog that's on the lake at the moment, the sun coming through it could just create this really nice glow. So we're going to head down to the one end, and I just love the change of seasons. Every time things change, everything becomes kind of fresh again, and it makes you want to go out. I get excited for that, because it gets to a point where you just get so used to taking photos of the same thing. Now everything is just completely new, and I feel like I can start afresh all over again. All right, so right now the sun is just creating this absolutely stunning glow coming through the fog right now, and I want to find a good angle for this. It's just creating these really beautiful layers where the fog is just coming through, and this is going to make an absolutely stunning shot. So if I have to, I'll probably just go up on this little bit of island here and shoot a little bit down towards it, So I think that's probably going to be the smartest option right now. But wow, that is absolutely stunning. I didn't go on an island because I just want to get this bit of ground in here. It looks so good. But the water has receded under the ice here, so it's just layers of ice that are piled up on each other. So when you walk on it, it just collapses. These kind of moments, you're kind of limited with what you have, so I have to do this as quickly as possible. This time I will be shooting with a 16mm. Woo! I fell through the ice. Okay, it's all rocks under here, so I am safe. I'm not gonna fall in the water, so that's a good thing. I want to get so much detail out of this, so I'm gonna shoot this at around f16, which could create a really nice sun star, but we'll have to see how the final shot comes out. Right now f16 is darkening quite a lot, but at the same time, with it being white pretty much everywhere, that isn't exactly a bad thing. But the glow that's just coming through this fog right now is absolutely amazing. I'm actually going to shoot this at 250th of a second f16 and ISO 160. There's just going to be so much detail in the shot. The view right now is just so beautiful. I haven't seen something like this in an absolutely long time, and I actually haven't captured a photo like this before. So this is certainly going to be a great one. Hopefully you guys enjoy this one too. So we're just gonna take a walk around the one side of the lake just to get a couple of different angles and see if there is anything else that's really good. I'm absolutely excited. I've come out today. Today is one of the best days in a while, and whoop, I'm certainly, yeah, I'm feeling like a kid today. Oh look, there's been a fox or something running here. There's this tree that's just arching over into the lake, and it's absolutely stunning. It's like singled out, and against all the snow here in the background as well. It's really, really pretty. But I'm not sure as to which angle I want to get. I think the back end right now is actually going to work because the sun is just coming through it and it's just creating this really nice back glow. And I'm going to shoot this in vertical just so I get the tops of the trees in and the bottom of the snow coming from the ground as well. I just think it can create a really nice atmospheric shot from this. Shooting this one again at 250th of a second. Got it at f5 this time, and still my ISO is at 160. But wow, just the detail from this and the nice glow from the sun in the background is just really creating a really nice touch to this image. I just want to walk to the end of this pier thing that we're on, but it's broken at the one end, so I'm not able to go much further than that. So I'm just going to stop at the end of this. But right now, with the way the light is coming through, it is absolutely beautiful, just glowing through the trees. There's some beams coming through, and because of the fog across the lake, it's just creating this really nice glow where the beams of light are just rushing through it, and you're getting this nice bit of shadow and light all in the same shot. So I'm just going to take one last shot here while I have the time, and this will be my final image for the day. Okay, so I just have to be really careful going down here. It is just pure ice underneath me right here, and I do not want to fall in this lake. It certainly helps to take the lens cap off. Otherwise it's just pitch black. This time a low shot is actually not going to work, so I'm going to focus on getting this one a little bit higher, just because of this part of the pier that's in the way here as well. I do not want to get that in, but I think a high shot for this is definitely going to be the best option. So I'm shooting this at 250th of a second, f8, and ISO 160. Okay, so after taking the shot with a 16mm, I decided it actually wasn't completely satisfied with this one. So I've actually changed over to the 400mm again, and I'm going to shoot this at 100mm. And I'm actually going to get this at f11, and my shutter speed is still at 250th of a second, but this is certainly isolating the beams of light just coming through, and it looks so good. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this episode. I certainly have enjoyed my time here today, and of course my wife has too. Totally loving this. So anyway, hope you guys enjoy these shots, and I'll see you in the next video.